This is a big, vast epic. How difficult was it to pull this off, or was it something that you actually found quite easy to do, given that you'd wrote the screenplay and that it was a story that you wanted to tell?
It was really hard, but it was really hard, but it was, and I have also come to discover that, like, the big ones are the same as the short films. I still end up having to just work out how to do these key things with a key small group of people. And the crews get much, much bigger than they ever were, but I'm still talking to the same number of key people, and so I think I've been lucky that I've found a way to I feel the same way shooting the King. I felt the same way shooting the King as I did shooting my short films.
Yeah. What was it that drew you and Joel to this story and the story of this king and this part of history?
Well, I think it was Joel's initial idea to do this, and it was partly because he had played Hal on stage in the Shakespeare version of Henry V's story. He was fresh out of drama school. I think it was a seminally important creative experience for him. I didn't even know him back then, but everyone was talking about that performance.
Yeah. And what was it about Timothée? I mean, he's done some amazing stuff. He's become kind of up and comer. This feels like his biggest role to date, but a very intimate role at the same time. I mean, what drew you to him?
So his talents, his work ethic, which was, I think, actually in itself very visible in Call Me by Your Name. His Euro-American kind of stylings, and his kind of strange, soulful time. There's something about I hadn't been that excited about a young American actor in a long time. He was so present and so soulful in that movie, and I just knew that was, and both very, very mature and very, very young at the same time. It was the version of the King that I wanted to make.
Yeah, and why did you think it was important to tell this story now? Because it's part of history, but also very reflective of some of the stuff that's going on in present day. Why was now the right time to tell it?
Well, I think it's the now that led Joel and I to tell the version of it that we're telling. It's like our version is very different to Shakespeare's. And it is very much about a young man being consumed by the institutions of power. And it felt, for us to make this, there are versions of Henry V, you can tell, which are basically just about a heroic king invading another country. But it felt to us that this story needed to be more complicated than that one.
Yeah.
And it needed to be about how an idealistic young man might somehow get consumed by powers that are much that are dark.
Yeah. And just finally, for you as a director, what's your take on the whole kind of Netflix versus film? Is Netflix the right platform for this, given that it'll be in the cinema for a bit and then people can enjoy it at home? Given that it's a vast movie, are you happy that people are just going to see it however they see it?
Yeah, I mean, this is where all movies end up at home in one way or another. It's like I was never unaware of the fact that, like, my first movie, Animal Kingdom, got me a lot of attention and did very well. I'm sure 98% of its audience saw it at home. I've always been... TVs are amazing these days. I really love the way it's happening this time. I love that it's getting a theatrical release. I love that it's... but I love that it's a small one.
Yeah.
And it's one, those people that really want to see it on the big screen, as they should, can seek it out. But I've loved working with Netflix.
Yeah. I wish you all the best with it. Thanks so much for your time. Pleasure. Cheers.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey You Guys, huh?
Hey You Guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yeah.
Nice.
Hey You Guys!